at the rate that you're going, you'll be dead and still owe $40,000.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
Update me on that as soon as she gets back to her desk. Go ahead, Ms. Krause.
Okay, this hearing was adjourned from the referee to address the issue of contempt. This is an order that is from Nevada that requires the defendant to pay $360 monthly with an arrears balance of $40,260.56. There has been no payment or anything, and it was adjourned from the referee back to you originally in January of this year. His cash performance bond of $8,780 was reduced to a PR bond with conditions that he has failed to comply with.
Would you put those conditions on the record, please?
Yes, he was to contact friend of the court and update in regards to any employment or income that was made. At the first hearing, he did have contact, which was back on February 11th, to indicate what itemized income was made, but he did indicate he had a job. It was adjourned again to April 8th. The defendant and the attorney appeared at the February 11th and the April 8th. At that hearing, he indicated he was working and could pay $50 at that hearing and was ordered to pay that amount the same day of the hearing directly to the friend of the court. That hearing was adjourned to June 3rd. The defendant did appear but did not make that payment. It indicated he had lost that job and then was currently employed, but there has been no contact from him in regards to getting an income withholding active, and no payment or any contact since then.
All right. Mr. Brown, how would your client like to proceed today?
Your Honor, honestly, I am not sure. As I stated previously and earlier, I have not had contact with him. He has not called my office. His voicemail box is set up. I did send him a message directly after the last hearing that he failed to appear and a bench warrant was issued.
That was this morning. Sorry.
Mr. Fletcher, what seems to be the problem with making your payments on time and doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Your Honor, I don't want to say there was a problem. I just had a few setbacks. I mean, I went to jail twice since we started this trial to make the payment. That's just previously. I know I said I'd make the payment last time. I do have $100 for the court today. And I'm going to go on to the MICES to make that payment. I'm not trying to waste the court's time at all. I'm just trying to get everything together so I can start making the right steps forward. And it seems to be a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be.
Well, every time you come to court, you tell us you're employed. And as soon as you leave court, you don't make any payments. How is that complicated?
Well, this last time I said I was employed, and then after I came to the child support court, Your Honor, I actually ended up going to Crawford County Jail, and so I was not able to start that job. I still do have the job. They're waiting to find out what was going on the 7th in Crawford County. And then that's it.
So when and for how long were you in jail in Crawford County?
Crawford County, I was in there for 3 days. And on that would have been, I'm sorry, that would have been, I forgot the paperwork. I just don't have it right in front of me. That would have been,
Your Honor, I believe he was arraigned on the 7th.
Yes.
So you were in there 3 days before that, or 2 or 3 days before that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the first week of July.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why didn't you make your payments between The hearing in June and the beginning of July.
If I'm not mistaken, before that I went to Otsego County first, and then I got out. Then we had the hearing, I believe, and then I ended up going to Crawford County.
How long were you in the Otsego County Jail?
I think it was a week.
When was that?
7 or 9 days. Huh?
When was that?
Okay, that would have been, and I believe the 26th of May, maybe, or the 26th of June, Your Honor. But I think it would have been of May.
So again, why weren't you able to make your payment in June? If you went to jail in May, why weren't you able to make your payment in June?
Well, okay, so Your Honor, so when this first started, I had the job. I put insurance on my car, got my car registered so I could DoorDash to make some money. And then I had a broken windshield, so I got pulled over for that. And then so it just wasn't going right, So when I went to jail, I was not able to make my next month's payment for my insurance. So by the time I got out of jail, I wasn't legal to drive like I was before I went to jail, So that's how I lost that job. And now I still at this moment don't have insurance on my vehicle. I'm trying to get there next, but I got to take care of all this to get back on there, which is understandable. And I'm not trying to give you excuses. I'm just it just seems the way everything's falling, it's real rough. But I'm not giving up, and I want to get this taken care of and do the right things, Your Honor.
Well, that's easy. You make your payments on time.
I wish it wasn't that easy, but I understand.
Ms. Kraus, what does he owe every month? $360?
$360. This is an arrears only case.
Mr. Fletcher, I just did some quick math. You owe $40,000 in back child support. At $360 a month, it's going to take you 9.25 years to pay that off. At the rate that you're going, you'll be dead and still owe $40,000. So I need to figure out some way to kick you in the pants to say you got to meet your obligation.
Your Honor, if you could just pat me, give me a push on the back and not maybe a kick in the butt. I really do want to do the right things here and make these payments, and I'm making them steps forward. I really am. I promise.
When's the last time that you had a 9-to-5 job?
That would have been probably about a year and a half ago. A 9-to-5, actual 9-to-5.
Why don't you have a 9-to-5 job?
I really am. I promise.
Why don't you have a 9-to-5 job?
Just hard finding one. Right now, I do have a job. They're just waiting for me to get this taken care of so I can get back to work. And that was the 7th, not this right here, Your Honor. My case on the 7th. That's what they was waiting for.
What job do you have waiting for you?
AB's odd jobs. It's a labor job. It's out of Grayling, Michigan.
So once again, you're at the whim of maybe it's a part-time job, maybe it's a full-time job. It's kind of like DoorDash. It's a maybe job. But you can't count on it. You never know what you're going to get. So why can't you get a 9-to-5 job?
I mean, kind of transportation. I live in Frederick. There's not a whole lot here. And I try not to drive without the insurance and that. I do try to abide by the law, Your Honor. So it makes it a little bit harder, but I'm not making excuses. I can get a job. I can hold a job.
Then that's what you need to do. Because at $40,000 in the hole, you promising me something is meaningless.
I understand.
You've used up all of your mulligans. You've used up all of the good grace that the court could ever give you. So now you're down to the point where if you don't pay, the only thing I have left is to put you in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
And that does you no good, and it does the child support no good. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about, a kick in the pants. Sir, you got to stop making excuses for your behavior. Get yourself a job.
Okay.
I mean, you act like you're a teenager and you just trying to get a job between high school and college where you're just going to do it for 3 months and then you don't have to worry about anything else. Dude, you're what, 50 years old?
44, Your Honor.
I would think at this point in your life, you'd realize I got responsibilities. I got to have a full-time job, and maybe I got to have 2 full-time jobs. This DoorDash and working odd jobs isn't going to make it. So you owe $360. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to have a payment of $360 in before the next court date. I'm going to adjourn this for 30 days. You're going to pay $360 before that next court date, or you're going to go to jail for 7 days. And we're going to do that every month for the next 6 months until you learn how to get a job and keep making your payments on time. And every time you don't make a payment, you're going to jail for 7 days, and then you've only got 3 weeks to come up with the $360. And it doesn't go away. You owe $40,000. That's not going away. So you've got to get yourself a full-time job or 2 part-time jobs or 25 DoorDash jobs. I don't care how you do it, but there is no more I'm going to do it. It has to be every month, period. So we're adjourning this for 30 days. You must make a payment of $360 before the next date. And if you don't do that, there will be a bench warrant to pick you up and throw you in jail for 7 days. And every month you don't do it, it's another 7 days. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Anything else, Ms. Kraus?
No, I don't believe so. I would just indicate that he does need to stay in contact with our office because if he does have other court proceedings, it would be best just to notify us so we're aware of that.
Yeah. If you get caught up and thrown in jail, then you can't work. I understand that, but you have to tell the friend of the court where you're at. And your memory on where you're at doesn't seem to be too good most of the time. So you need to call as soon as you get in. As soon as you get in jail, you need to notify the friend of the court so that they can keep it in their records that you were in jail for this much time. And when you get in and when you get out, they need to know. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you'll get notice. We have an address for you of Brown Street in Frederick. Is that where you're still at?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We'll send the notice of the next court date to that address. You owe $360 before that date, or you know where you're going, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Make me proud.
Thank you very much, sir.